Hello there. According to a Sky News poll, more people want the UK to take a no-deal Brexit than a bad deal Brexit. With a headline reminiscent of Clint Eastwood in the film Dirty Harry, the Express says, "Go ahead EU, make our day." It refers to a Snap Sky News poll that indicates 74% of the British public say they would prefer to see the UK walk away from the negotiations rather than get stitched up with a bad deal. This comes as the Brexit negotiations become all but bogged down, with the EU insistence that the UK agree on ECJ rule over EU citizens in the UK post-Brexit, provide a definitive answer to the Irish border question, and uppermost in the EU bureaucrat minds, the UK agreeing to top up EU coffers with any amount of money the Eurocrats demand. But all these demands are doing is pushing both the UK negotiators and the British public towards the no-deal exit door. And the fact that the UK is now putting money aside to deal with the no-deal scenario should concentrate the minds of EU businesses, maybe getting them to put pressure on their politicians. We must also never forget that our armed forces need to be completely disconnected from the EU machine, or else it will be all for naught. Make sure that everyone you talk to knows that even now, the UK government is still trying to give away our defence capabilities to the EU on the pretext that it will save a bit of money. Virgin boss and arch-Remainer Richard Branson has said that Brexit will fail because Brexiteers are old and dying off. As I've said before, the generation that elected Ted Heath's government into power to take us into the common market, then voted to remain in the common market in the 1975 referendum, is exactly the same generation that, for the large part, changed their minds from in to leave, having seen the changes over the years. So people do change as they get older, so who knows where people's attitudes will be in the years to come. Anyway, the NHS that generation helped to build is keeping them all alive quite nicely, and they will be voting for decades to come. The Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has told the US President Donald Trump that he would block Canadian forces from buying aircraft from Boeing unless the US drops plans to place 300% tariffs on Bombardier aircraft over dumping allegations. This threat of tariffs has huge implications for the Bombardier plant in Northern Ireland. Bombardier also has all sorts of sites across the EU, not just the UK. So you have to ask, what is the EU doing about this? If it does nothing and it threatens jobs in many member states, you have to ask, what clout does EU membership really give us? One other story that may have passed you by is that banks are cutting back on consumer lending after being pressured by the Bank of England Governor Mark Carney. This is all very sensible, as consumer debt is now booming beyond the point of comfort for the country. But ratcheting back on new credit card approvals and credit limit increase applications may well have the effect of stifling spending, which will hit some businesses and in turn reduces VAT revenue. But it could well also apply downward pressure on inflation. Just something to remember when the Remainers claim that Brexit has hit high street sales and the like. Finally, and irrelevantly, the Lib Dem leader, Vince Cable, is having a reshuffle. So what do you think of today's news? Please leave a comment below. Thank you. Please do like and share this video. And also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.